We're back with another video. Today we're at the Junkyard. We're gonna start a new little business venture. We're gonna start doing junkyard videos and getting some parts for the channel, mainly focused on E39, but we might throw in some other stuff as well. We're gonna film the process, and then these parts will be for sale if they aren't needed. We're at a smaller junkyard in Vegas. This is unorganized, so we kind of have to scour the whole lot to see what we're gonna find. Over there is all the cars that are unavailable, which they actually do have quite a few things that I'm gonna be waiting for. So we're gonna go ahead and come down here to row B and start looking for the first Beamer. First find of the day. This shit is clean. If anybody needs this, I will be taking this with me, so comment down below and this will be the first thing for sale. We might do a giveaway on that, so comment down below if you're interested. The first Beamer we've come across is the E90. This thing is absolutely stripped and totaled. Looks like it already had aftermarket paint, but this thing is completely stripped already. There is quite a bit on the interior, I guess, but everything of value is pretty much gone or destroyed. Everything was picked out here already. This car is pretty nasty. I don't know what happened back here, but there's stuff everywhere in here. It's already picked apart, all wet. Not much here to find. E90s don't have much value in them as is, and this is only a 328i, which is already picked apart, picked clean. There's really nothing of value here to begin with, but this is the first find. Someone probably smacked into a curb because all the suspension is pulled apart, subframe destroyed, all the glass is shattered, so not much here left. Electronics already pulled out. We're gonna go ahead and get on to the next one. The next Beamer we found, which is actually quite surprising to see here. Usually you don't find anything newer. I'm not sure exactly what year this is, but this thing got hit hard. The wheel is left onto the hub, still bolted on. This whole quarter panel is absolutely destroyed. Looks like this got hit really hard, moved everything over here. This car is pretty stripped as is. Of course, being a newer Beamer, everyone came over here and took the things that are kind of important, so not much value left here either. Damn, even over here in the front got hit. So this had an extreme impact. This car is completely destroyed right here. 2015 328i. Not much left at all. They got the intercooler sitting right here. It is cool seeing how much is the same as the F80 in here. It does have this wood trim, which actually looks pretty decent if you had something else, but obviously my car has carbon fiber, so there's no reason why you want to take that. But the tan interior is destroyed. There's just a bunch of random stuff sitting around. The passenger footwell is full of parts. All airbags are gone off. I've never actually seen one of these GT models up close, so there's not much left in here, but there's part of the wheel right there. And we're going to be moving on from this car. It is cool seeing some of these cars, but this car is completely destroyed. Next up, we have an E65 series. Just a normal 528i, nothing special. This thing got hit extremely hard in the front, exposed the whole entire frame rail. This is crazy. Again, this junkyard pre-pulls everything from the car, so we won't find anything really of value here. Let me move the door to the side. There we go, now we can enter. You won't find anything really of value here, but if you do need for like interior swaps, or if you have something small, plastic pieces missing, some exterior pieces, this is a good place to come. Again, you just won't find anything really mechanical here, or you won't find any of the front end parts. But again, suspension would be good parts here, interior parts, exterior parts, just nothing mechanical or front end wise. Another sort of rare find, at least for where I'm at in my location, another F30s here at the Junkyard. Again, front end damage. This interior is completely stripped. Someone took the dash out. It is black interior, so this fits multiple cars. Dash is out, center console is out, everything else is ripped apart, stripped, door panels, basically full interior except rear seats. But I did come across and find full silver interior trim, which is actually pretty cool option on these cars. I know it does fit F80. Looks like it has some stuff sitting here. This is in the iDrive controller is in a pretty bad condition, but I'm contemplating taking this home and seeing if anybody wants this. I don't know if they really go for that much. It would be kind of hard to ship, so I would have to charge shipping, but if I do take this, this will be for sale. Mainly what's good for me here is 2003 525i. Unfortunately, the entire front end is already stripped. These headlights is what I was mainly after, but the rest of the car is here. It looks like there is quite a bit in the interior left. My assistant is pointing out there is somebody's chancla. Other than that, the interior looks like it's complete, but it's all mangled and thrown around. The dash is taking the center console, all the dash pieces. I don't know. I'm gonna have to investigate and see what's still left inside. I do see a couple things right here. Sport wheel, which we will see if that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find any other pieces in here, and I'll come back with what I find. Coming back, the only thing I found was a good sport airbag. Everything else is taken or destroyed. The sport wheel is ripped. I actually do need one of these. The leather is actually extremely soft, but it's ripped and destroyed. I think someone literally took a shit in here. It smells so bad, and there's something in the back seat. I'm pretty sure someone literally took a shit in here. So once again, we are going to be moving on ASAP. I was gonna take these home, but I looked it up on eBay. The F80 M3 version is a little different from this normal F30s. It is a couple little scratches. The plastic pieces are broken. It only goes for $100 for M3 trim, and this is just normal F30 with some defects. So the size of this to ship, I think it wouldn't even be worth reselling. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. If you know this is here. If you're interested, I'll come back and see if it's still here. Comment down below. There was a sport airbag I was going to take, but I already have one in stock. Nobody locally is buying it. I don't believe you can ship those, so I am gonna leave this behind as well. But if you need it, let me know I have one. If you need another one, there is one right here. A quick little thing I remembered, I do need one of these firewall panels for mine. It is broken. This one does have a good condition, uncracked one. It doesn't seem that brittle, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this home. This is what we're here for. A Prius with off-road tires and a roof cut off. This is nice. This is exactly what I want. So if anybody has one of these for sale, hit me in the comments down below. I am interested. Over here we have another E90, completely stripped and destroyed. Not much damage in the actual front end. The frame rails are in good. These are actually in good condition. But just again, it's a normal typical E90 stock. There's nothing here, really no goodies. It is funny, there is an E46 little Extrons unit up here, just sitting here. So we might be getting close to an E46. Somebody was taking that over here. Again, there is the exact same car behind it. So one right here, one right there, same color, both 328 eyes. This one is gray interior, a little more put together and a little more assembled, but again, it's just a typical E90. There really is no value here. I might scour through here to see if I can find any goodies, but I highly doubt it. Second giveaway of the video. If anybody does need this, I will be giving it away. So comment something down below and let me know if you're interested. I'm not sure what size that is. It has been in the sun for a little bit, so that shit is a little crispy, a little fried. Or if you dropped it, let me know I found it. Damn, we didn't get very far. 2, 3, 4. Damn, the fucking wig party's over here. If anybody needs these, holla at your boy. Another X series at the Junkyard. Tan interior. This one is pretty complete. Everything is pretty much just thrown in here. Extremely dirty from being left open, but fully complete. Even has most front end parts that you usually don't ever see. Actually pretty rare for this Junkyard. Usually everything's completely destroyed. Over here we do have another 5 series. This is quite new, I believe it's 2015. 2014 535i. So I don't remember if these are N54 or N55. I believe N54 or possibly 5 because it is 2014. Let me know down below. I do forget, but it's a crazy day in the Junkyard when you have more 2014s and 2015s than E46s and E39s. So this car, black interior, is pretty complete. It actually is pretty clean. Right here has the books and the wrapper. I might look through those, see what's in there, and pretty complete. It actually has almost everything here. Has most of the front end, everything really. There is another X series down the way over here. We'll get to that in a minute, but really not much here today, but some definitely good finds if anybody has any of these stock 3 series or 5 series. We're at the section where they pre-pull all these cars. So all this stuff they sell themselves, full of transmissions, differentials, everything. Back there they have a little Z. They have a bunch of stuff that's not for sale yet. I can see E46. There's all the good cars, all the valuable stuff. This is where they pre-strip everything. This is what I need, but this is where they hold out. So I'm gonna ask where they have these cars because they're on reserve. They're gonna hit the junkyard soon. I'll see if I can find out a date, and hopefully we'll come back here and get some stuff that's actually valuable. This is what I am walking away with. I'm gonna leave the junkyard now. Inside they actually do have everything they pull for sale, and we've seen here before they actually do have Japanese imports in here. I've seen S15s, I've seen TE boxes. They do have a Subaru that looks like it was rally built. Everything over there is the scrapyard where they pull, but here are all the motors, everything valuable. They even sell complete sets of wheels, and there's a bunch of stuff in here. Got a couple set of Beamer wheels right here. I thought the video was over. Pit stop, we in authorized personnel only. We got a little manual E46. This is actually really good condition except for the total rear end, but 5-speed. Front of the car is good. There's another little white E46 over here. I'll show you the front. And over here, we got Alpine white E46. Already got the wheels off of it, but apparently, I didn't know you could ask to come back here. Apparently you can. So good to know for the future. We got a find. 19-inch style 65 replicas, but these are sick. I want these right now. I'm gonna go ask for these and see if I can take these home. But here we are. We have negotiated a deal. He's gonna call one of his guys, have him come take it off. They're gonna have to give me a call back. So we're gonna take these stuff to the car, go get something to eat, and we will be back. We're at the ride. We're driving home now. Made a little pit stop when he got something to eat. Came back to the junkyard where they pulled them off for me. Package acquired. They are in extremely rough condition. They do all need tires. I'm gonna see if I can clean these up a bit. Here are the fronts. As you can see, they're not in the best condition. The rear tires, they look really good, but they actually all seem to be dry rotted. Looks like someone tried to paint these. I will see if any of this comes out, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean these up a little bit, see what I can, and I'll show you the final result. I just hit them with some purple power degreaser, try to wipe them off. Unfortunately, it does look like someone tried to paint them, or this is the finish failing, which could also be a very reasonable explanation. These are, of course, reps like we've mentioned, and they look actually pretty good color-wise, close to the OEM Shadow Chrome. So maybe these are their version of Shadow Chrome, and maybe their finish is just failing and this is all the black wearing through. I know that happens on the OEM wheel, so I don't see why it wouldn't happen on reps. So unfortunately, again, that is failing, or someone did whatever they did to these. Fronts, here we are. They do look a little bit strange in the front. Being 19, the face looks extremely flat with that little extra 1 inch in the diameter, but the rears look insane. These rears look very, very good. I do kind of want to throw them on here and see, but I don't have much space right now. So we'll save these for another day. I'm probably going to put air in all these tires to see if they do hold air. They are complete matching, and they all have very deep tread, but they look very dry rotted. As you can see, all in here, it's all cracked. It snatched the little headlight switch from one of the F30s. Mine was missing this little button plug for some reason. I do have the little headlight button, so if anybody needs this, I will be selling it for pretty cheap. So comment down below, that will be for sale. This will be needed on the M5. I'll go ahead and pop the hood and show you where it belongs. As you can see right here on mine, this is exactly where mine is cracked. And hopefully it should be the exact same part. Pull the weather stripping off, pull the little clips off, and it should just drop right in. Looking at this, I might have made a mistake. I don't believe they are the direct fit. It might actually work, but looking down on mine, there is no harness that actually goes right here. It's over here to the side, so it should be right here on the M5. Maybe the other cars are different. I'll go ahead and look at it and see in a bit, but I do believe it might be different, so it might have been a little mistake. So, oh well, you live and you learn. I thought it would have been the same, being the chassis are the same, but I guess it isn't. I believe just the 525, 528, 530. If anybody without a V8 E39 needs this, comment down below, let me know. We could work out a price and some shipping, but that no does not fit my E39 M5. So you live and you learn, I guess, for real. So I guess these are the score of the day. not the actual part I needed. Small win for the day. My E39 trunk was missing this little piece for this to screw in. So my toolkit has just been flapping right here. It's not much, but this is something. Finally, it's out of the way. It's no longer just hanging there. Closing the trunk, I heard some rattling, so I pulled these two clips out. These ones really weren't in there, but I pulled this off. I think everything fell out now, but there was a bunch of little pine tree things, stuff that was rattling. When I went to close the trunk, you'd hear it. You hear it? So we're on the mission to get that out of there. Problem I'm having is right here, this lock cylinder will not move. I'm afraid to twist it any harder. I don't want to break the key. The key goes in, no problem, but it will not turn. Looking at the actual lock cylinder, you can see it's all leaking and everything, and this little rod right here is just falling out. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a clip on there, something to hold it in, but let me know if you guys had this problem and how you solved it. I'm assuming that this needs to be either rebuilt or it's completely stuck. As you can see, everything is kind of just falling apart, which it looks in terrible condition. But when you hit the trunk button, the rod is moving. Let me know how you guys fixed it. It would be nice to have that open. We're on the topic of the trunk from the Avis Blue 540 parts car. I did take out this little trunk piece, which is the European style with the little storage compartment. So when we redo the trunk, I want to shampoo everything, and I'll put this in when we do that. Main goal was to get some interior pieces for the M5 to get this in some better condition, but we did walk away with these 19-inch style 65s. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I know these are kind of love and hate. Some people hate that they're 19-inch. Some people hate that they're reps. Some people actually love them. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if you think these are a good find, what you guys would have paid for them, and I'll comment down below and tell you my response. So let me know about that. Unfortunately, about these trim pieces, that was a little bit of a bust. Anybody does need that, let me know. I will be selling them, as well as the other things I've mentioned in the previous videos. I have OEM Hella facelift tails. I have OEM Hella Amber pre-facelift tails that will be for sale on eBay. Let me know if you guys are interested. I will be posting all the parts that we find in the junkyard on eBay. Again, if I don't need them, if I'm not keeping them. Same thing with this Ozza auto wheel. If anybody wants this, it will be posted on eBay. I am asking a little bit much for it, but let me know if you are interested and I will send you the link. 2 days ago, I did get some interior work on the M5 with some old trim pieces I had laying around. I did film those things. I will throw in those clips now, but that's about it for this video. I really appreciate you guys if you stuck around. We're going to try to do these videos at least a couple times a month, and I'll get back to you. Let me know if you guys are looking for anything, or if you're interested in this, or let me know your best junkyard finds, and I appreciate it, guys. I'll get back to you in the comments. Thank you for sticking around. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll come back very soon with some more content. Sport wheel. Here is the climate control panel, which has a couple little scratches right here. I'm gonna see if I could get those out some way, but otherwise, here is the replacement panel. Here is the armrest replacement, which I don't like these. I'd rather have Euro, but for the moment, might as well get it done and get it out the way, make it a little more presentable. I have a bunch of random parts in here from some part out cars. I have replacement cup holders that are very dirty. So if worst case scenario, I cannot find another OEM cup holder or replacement or fix it, then I will just throw that cup holder in there. It'll block it and it will be solution fixed for right now. Go ahead and get this climate control panel out of here so I can replace it. The climate control out. We have the cup holder out. Everything is unplugged. I will do a little bit of cleaning because it's pretty dirty, so we'll go ahead and wipe everything up. So this is the replacement panel, and you can see that there is a scratch right here through the screen and a scratch right here on the plastic. I have the good buttons right here, and this is the original panel. You can see I've already removed the broken buttons. Here they are right here. This one was just about to start chipping apart. The rest of them are already in shambles and in pieces. Even the little logos right here have completely come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the buttons from the good, bad unit and swap them back over to the OEM unit. In case anybody was wondering, these buttons right here, you can maybe see in here that there is a little lip in the middle. And if you go right to the side of the button and you just put a tiny little screwdriver and put a little bit of pressure, the button will unclip and come straight up like this. They are super brittle, so just be careful of breaking them. It's really not much to it. And then same thing for right here. You have little tabs on the end. You put them towards the top. You put this in like this. And then they pop right in. And then there you go. I did not have an extra OEM cup holder, so I just went ahead and throw in these aftermarket cup holders, which cover up the space and obviously are a way better solution anyways. But we have all working, functioning buttons. Nothing is broken. We went ahead and replaced them and used the same unit. I have both screws out. You just go ahead and pop this open, pop it all the way back. You might need to put a little bit of pressure to expose this gap right here. But once that gap is exposed, you just basically slide in here and lift this up. This will just come straight out. Little pins right here that basically are just, again, press in pins that come straight out. And then for swapping over, it's the opposite. For Euro console, you flip it up so the pins are in the rear. For just the armrest, the pins are in the front, so you push them in and then lay down the plate right here to bolt in. So you see these little pins right here. This is the front, so you just line those pins straight up with over there, and it literally just sits right in and bolts back in. First person to retrofit the opposite, but it's in now. It's screwed back in, pushes forward, isn't loose, shakes the whole console before this actually moves. And then same thing, this is super simple. It just goes back in. It slides up with these little tabs. These little tabs right there clip under that, and that's it. Literally sits in there by itself. You take this little tray and you pop it right back in. Super simple. I will be getting all of this basically as new as possible. I will be finding either a very good parts car or I will be trying to source this stuff new. Big fan of this at all, but it's in there, it's replaced. It is in way better shape than this. Obviously, yes, Euro is way better, but I have no idea what this came from. This leather is very squishy and soft. The leather's in great condition in the center, but it clearly didn't hold up on the sides, so I don't know what this is. This is a different bracket than I've ever seen in any of these cars. It's actually metal, but it does have some stampings over here. I don't think this is OEM. It is a replacement because these tabs are also not OEM, but as you can see right here, it's actually metal with some nuts. So I don't believe this is OEM. I'm not really sure what this is. So I'll hold on to this plate in case I need it, in case I can just swap out this. But either way, I will find this on eBay, brand new, or a parts car in the junkyard. The next problems I want to look into and address is the exhaust system. You can clearly hear multiple leaks when you start the car, and throughout the rev range you can hear nothing but exhaust leaks. So I want to get this car up in the air and I want to see how it's sounding. This car is a dine-in after all, and this car should sound amazing, but it sounds terrible. So let's get under there and find out what's going on. Okay, coming under the car, we have the car in the air just enough to see, and the first thing I noticed immediately was this right here. This exhaust is on clamps, and you can already see there's a giant hole right in front of it. So this has obviously dine-in mufflers, but whoever was in here, instead of welding them to the car, they clamped it. And I believe all around that clamp there is multiple holes. Here on the driver's side, it is pretty much the same thing. You can see this clamp right here. It's completely separating and pretty much open right here. I don't know who did this exhaust job, but it was done pretty terribly. So this will most likely all need to be redone. And you can see up here, this was also welded on both sides, and you can see that there is quite a bit of stuff around it. So it looks like all these welds were done very terribly. And you can see over here from the drive shaft and the joints that there is grease and stuff slung everywhere. So might need to do some maintenance on that. There's a water bottle under the car, and I'm not sure what's going on, but right where the gas tank is, you can see some leakage and some residue. So I pray the gas tank isn't leaking. I don't smell gas, not a single bit. There's no drips, anything under the car, and I cannot smell the slightest bit of gas. So I believe I'm safe, but there is something leaking up there, unless it's just stuff from the drive shaft thrown all over. But other than that, this exhaust is done absolutely terrible. And you can see in the clamp, there's a giant hole. There's a hole right here. So I don't know who did this exhaust job, who let it leave the shop like this, but this is absolutely terrible. Not including all the welds that are up there, all the boogers that are on that. Coming under here, everything looks pretty newish, pretty clean. But let me get you a better angle and let's take a look at the subframe and diff bushings. Coming up in here, you can zoom in and you can clearly see that these bushings are destroyed. So expect us to be doing diff bushings, subframe bushings, going through the rear end, and unfortunately having to take a look at all this stuff. And while we're at it, we're gonna go ahead and have to round out these exhaust tips. This diffuser is gonna have to be replaced. It's very faded and all the clips look to be broken, but it is a shame. This is such a nice car, at least it used to be, and it's pretty destroyed. And coming up here, let's take a look at the other side where the cats are, and let's see what's going on up here. The cats are all here. Factory headers, which are pretty shiny. Cats, pretty shiny. But again, there are clamps, and these don't look any better. So I'm assuming that this is all leaking. I don't even think there's a point to go under there. Nice, we do have a little bit of a drip right there. So let's, we're gonna have to see what that is. Someone tried jacking up the car from the wrong spot. Again, over there, it looks like there is some surface rust coming through right there. So lovely. We're gonna go ahead and get a whole new custom exhaust in here. Everybody is local to Vegas. I have a ferret gray set of 437 M's. One front is bent, it leaks air, but the rest are all good. The fronts do have some curbing, some rash, but overall the actual rest of the wheel is in fantastic condition. The rears are near perfect. I appreciate it. I know this was a little bit of a slow episode, but I appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get back to you.